The first bell of Oak Ridge High always carried a strange kind of tension, a mix of sleepy yawns, sneakers squeaking against polished floors, and hurried footsteps echoing through wide hallways. The new semester had barely begun, yet whispers were already circling about the new transfer student, the quiet girl from out of town. No one really knew her name yet. They just called her the new girl. When she walked in that morning, clutching a worn backpack to her chest, she kept her eyes low. Her long dark hair brushed against her face, half hiding the quiet focus in her eyes, the kind of calm you don't see in someone ordinary. She wasn't nervous. She was measuring every corridor, every exit, every glance thrown her way. She had learned long ago that not every stare was friendly. Her name was Lena Torres. And though no one at Oak Ridge High knew it, she had trained in martial arts since she was 6. Her father had been a defense instructor, the kind who believed that discipline wasn't just for the body, but for the soul. A fighter doesn't start fights, he used to tell her. But she finishes them when she must. Lena didn't want trouble. She wanted a quiet start, maybe a few good friends, maybe even a place where she didn't have to look over her shoulder. But fate and high school rarely worked that way. As she made her way to her locker, a loud laugh echoed down the hall. Everyone seemed to part like water around a group of 3 boys. The one in the middle, tall with slick blonde hair and a smirk that screamed arrogance, was Chase Morgan, Oak Ridge's golden boy, star of the basketball team, and unofficial king of the hallways. His 2 friends, Kyle and Brent, flanked him like bodyguards, always laughing a little too hard at his jokes. Chase noticed her instantly. "Hey, check out the new girl," he said, nudging Kyle. "What's up, silent treatment? Lost your tongue or just too shy to talk to royalty?" Lena didn't respond. She kept unlocking her locker, calm, controlled. The smirk on Chase's face twitched. He wasn't used to being ignored. "Hey, I'm talking to you," he said louder this time, stepping closer. A few students stopped to watch, not to help, but to see what would happen. That's how things worked here. Entertainment over empathy. Lena turned slightly, her voice soft but steady. "Please move. You're blocking my locker." Chase blinked, momentarily thrown off by how calm she was. Then, his grin returned, sharper now. "Oh, she's got a little bite. Guys, watch this." Before anyone could react, Chase slapped the books out of her hands, sending them crashing to the floor. The hallway erupted in laughter. One of her notebooks slid across the tiles, stopping near a group of cheerleaders who snickered and looked away. Lena knelt down, silently gathering her things, her movements measured and deliberate. Chase crouched beside her, whispering mockingly, "Careful, new girl. You don't want to start off on the wrong foot." Lena's hand froze midair. Her fingers trembled, not with fear, but restraint. For a split second, a memory flashed through her mind, her father's voice: "Control is your greatest strength. Anyone can throw a punch. Few can hold it back." She took a slow breath, collected her final book, and stood. "I said please move," she repeated quietly. The calmness in her tone only fueled Chase's ego. "Or what? You gonna cry?" Then he did something no one expected. He shoved her shoulder hard. Lena stumbled back, her backpack sliding off. The laughter grew louder. Phones came out. Someone yelled, "Yo, Chase is gonna make her cry." For a moment, Lena looked small, fragile even. Her eyes lowered, her hair fell over her face, and Chase smirked, turning toward his friends, basking in their laughter, and then, it happened. A sound cut through the noise, thud. Chase's feet lifted off the ground before he even realized what happened. Lena's movement was so fast it looked like a blur, a perfect sweep kick, followed by a pivot that sent him crashing to the floor, face first, books scattering like confetti. The hallway went dead silent. His friends froze, mouths hanging open. Lena stepped back, her breathing steady, her posture calm. Chase groaned, trying to push himself up, but she simply said, "You should apologize." He looked up, disbelief etched across his face. What did you just?" But before he could finish, she moved again, not violently, not angrily. Just precise. She flicked his wrist aside with controlled force as he tried to grab her ankle, sending him flat on his stomach. The pain must have hit then, because Chase's voice cracked, echoing through the hallway, "Stop. Okay. Okay." Everyone was silent. Someone dropped their phone. The laughter was gone now, replaced by gasps and the sharp hum of tension. Lena stepped back and quietly picked up her bag. "I told you to move," she said softly, then turned and began walking away. The crowd parted like she carried fire in her steps. Chase stayed on the floor for a moment, face flushed red, eyes watering, not from pain, but humiliation. His friends didn't move to help him. "Not this time." As Lena disappeared around the corner, whispers exploded. "Did you see that? She took him down like nothing. Who is she?" By lunchtime, the entire school knew. The new girl had flipped Chase Morgan, the most feared guy in Oak Ridge, like a child. Videos spread like wildfire, each replayed moment making her legend grow. Some called her a hero. Others whispered she was dangerous, but Lena didn't care. She wasn't here to be a hero or a villain. She just wanted peace, but deep down, she knew that peace wouldn't last long. Oak Ridge High had seen a side of her she'd hoped to bury, and there would be consequences. As the final bell rang, Lena sat alone by the window, watching the rain streak across the glass. She sighed. Not again, she thought. Please, not again. Little did she know, the hallway fight was only the beginning. The sun was already setting behind the school when Lena walked home that evening, the weight of what happened following her like a shadow. Her steps were quiet, but her mind wasn't. Every glance she'd felt in the hallways, every whisper, every phone camera pointed at her, it all replayed in her head. She hadn't wanted to fight. She never wanted to. But when Chase shoved her, something deep in her snapped, not from anger, but instinct. Years of training didn't vanish just because she was in a new school. Reflex was reflex. At home, her small apartment was silent. The walls were bare except for one framed photo, a man in his 40s wearing a martial arts uniform, standing beside a young girl holding her first black belt certificate. Her father. Her teacher. The only person who had ever taught her that strength was about control, not violence. She set her bag down, sat on the couch, and stared at the photo. I didn't want to, Dad, she whispered. But I couldn't just let him hurt me. She clicked it. There it was, every detail captured from 3 different angles. The fall, the flip, the silence that followed. The comments section was a war zone. Finally someone shut him up. Yo, this girl's a beast. Who trained her? Bet she's got a criminal record, lol. Chase is done. Lena's chest tightened. This wasn't the kind of attention she wanted. She wasn't a viral video, she was just a girl trying to start over. She clicked it. There it was, every detail captured from 3 different angles. The fall, the flip, the silence that followed. The comments section was a war zone. Finally someone shut him up. Yo, this girl's a beast. Who trained her? Bet she's got a criminal record, lol. Chase is done. Lena's chest tightened. This wasn't the kind of attention she wanted. She wasn't a viral video, she was just a girl trying to start over.